Greetings, my brethren, and welcome. Some secondaries in Warframe are good, some suck, and some take a certain playstyle to really see them shine. These are my top 10 secondary weapons that have served me the best that are not a damn kit gun. We already know how that would go. Yes, some others can deserve to be on this list, but that would take for freaking ever. Don't question how good I am at the game because I already know. Nora tells me so. So let's get this party started. The Atomos. I'm going to start off with an ugly one, but it starts to look better after a few beers. There's no hiding the fact that the Atomos is just a repackaged Ignis. Though it lacks ingenuity, it can certainly clear a room. It has decent crit, good status, and is heat-based. Physical mods aren't going to do shit for you, but that doesn't matter because the elemental mods were more than make up for that. Use Magnum Force to significantly bump up the damage while mildly affecting the accuracy. And how much accuracy do you need on a freaking flamethrower anyway? The Sine X. Too drunk to shoot straight? Grab the Sine X. It's a fire and forget weapon that does a surprising amount of damage. It loves clusters of enemies, the projectiles ricochet once and then they explode. It also sports an all-fire that dumps all the ammo really fast and is actually pretty useful. And if that wasn't enough, Magnum Force is useful on the Sine X as well because you don't need to aim anyway. So drink up and fire away on this high status weapon. Danelle. Like the Atomos, I can't stand the look of this weapon. Thankfully, there are skins for that. Like the makeup industry, just pay money to mask the horror. Ugly or not, the Danelle can be super strong. Like Hildred. Oh god, I hope she didn't hear that. Fittingly released with Harrow, this thing is all about headshots. When you do get those creamy headshots rolling, you're rewarded with an additive crit multiplier, 20% extra status, good fire rate, and low recoil. When you really get this thing going, it turns into an absolute monster. There is one caveat. If you are not good at headshots, you're going to have a bad time. The Pox. This is another silly weapon that actually is pretty damn useful. No one likes being touched by stinky ball sacks. They are so stinky that they end up dealing a shit ton of damage. They are great for clogging choke points, stripping armor, or setting them in front of nullifiers to walk over. Magnum Force and a good Riven for these make them absolutely devastating. No matter what you mod it for, it will just melt enemies. And the Pox is the perfect weapon for long-distance teabagging. What more could you ask for? The Histories. Remember when Cora was supposed to be able to cycle between damage types when she was shown off? Well, like a lot of good ideas, that was thrown under the nerf bus. They instead decided to give that to a weapon, but it actually ended up being pretty good. The Histories shoots elemental quills that you can cycle through. Pretty nice. What's even nicer is that each quill is a guaranteed status proc for what you have selected. The one negative I'd say about it is that it has a pretty small magazine. That might give it little dick syndrome, but it makes up for it big by being pretty damn strong and incredibly useful, unlike jacked up 4x4s in a city environment. Pirana Prime. This is an absolute shredder. Pirana Prime cleans house. That is, if house cleaning was measured by shotgun blast. It's actually quite easy and fun to proc its special ability. Kill 3 enemies within 3 seconds, and a second one appears giving you double magazine capacity and higher fire rate for 5 seconds. It doesn't have good range, but it doesn't really matter. Stop being an introvert and get a little up close and personal with your enemies. Prisma Twin Gremlins. When Barrow is in town selling his goodies to Tenno crackheads, check to see if he actually has this. This is one of the few weapons he can have that's totally badass. The Prisma Twin Gremlins can do astronomical amounts of damage. The regular variant has more base damage, but it doesn't matter because every other stat on this is much better. This weapon single-handedly makes the Akvolto Prime obsolete. Though it has travel time, this is a perfect weapon for mowing down, well, everything. Twin Granadas. I have a flavor for the ridiculously stupid, and the Twin Gs fit that bill perfectly. Its stats won't jump out at you, save for one. Fire rate. If you absolutely hate having ammo and want to get it away from you as quickly as possible, use this. You will see that it's not about being able to hit the barn door so much as shredding the whole f***ing barn. And it does it beautifully. The Granada is one of the few good-looking Grenier weapons, and holding 2 primaries that shoot even faster is so wonderfully retarded that, yep. Getting a Nidus boner over here. Spire Prime. Speaking of large phallic objects, we must discuss the Spire Prime. I did a video about this a few months ago when DE snuck in a secret buff that got rid of its silly firing pattern. Now that it's quite useful, it's not just the perfect secondary to bring to spy missions, its insane crit-based damage makes it useful anywhere. It's pretty powerful, and pretty damn hard to farm for. So if you get the pieces, best you hold on to them. And did I mention that they hit really f***ing hard? Sine Prime. This has been my favorite secondary pretty much since I've started playing the game. It has a super fast 3-shot burst, it's pinpoint accurate, and looks gorgeous. Oh, and it's pretty damn powerful. The Sine Prime has been my go-to secondary because its mix of accuracy, burst, and power just make it so damn versatile. Even though this weapon is relatively rare and not many people use it, DE decides to keep nerfing the Riven. Again and again. You know what? It sucks. It's terrible. Don't use it. In fact, sell it. Tell everyone to sell it. As I said earlier, there are way too many weapons that I could swap out on this list and not really be pissed about. What would you have on yours? Let me know down below. And don't give me that Riven crap. Rivens exist and we have to live with what they did. Hell, some weapons you never would have used again if it weren't for a Riven. They are here, so use them and embrace it. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and take care.